fair to say Colombia the revelation of the tournament so far?
Yes, indeed, they are, undoubtedly. I'm astonished that there are so few people. I would have thought the neutrals would have come to see the flamboyant play of Colombia. I go back about 13 months ago when we played them with the Scottish team in a match prior to the World Cup in the Giant Stadium in New Jersey. There were 58,000 there, and here they are. They're lucky if they have 8,000 in this stadium.
Well, those who are here are really doing their best to create an atmosphere. There's obviously a backlash to Paraguay going out yesterday, a sense of loss around the country, with the host nation put out by unfancied Uruguay, who qualified as one of the best third-place teams in the group, almost getting through to the quarterfinals by the back door. You could say the same about Chile, who haven't been at all impressive. Their only win against the weakest of the South American nations, Venezuela. But it would be as well for Colombia to guard against any complacency. Lozano. There's Bolaño linking up with Quintana, who's a very impressive young right back. And Pedro Gonzalez getting on the ball for Chile and trying to fire in an early cross. It's blocked by Bermudez. Maybe feel that Chile have got a bit more to offer than we've seen from them so far. They will certainly hope that is the case. Not much of the form that took them into the last 16 of the World Cup finals only a year ago. Zamorano caught offside.
Yeah, he usually times his run much better than that. He was away early and the ball was delayed, and therefore he was clearly offside.
Huge clearance from one goalkeeper to the other. In goal for Chile, Marcelo Ramirez, voted by the media here as the all-star goalkeeper from the group stages. That maybe tells you something about how Chile have progressed.
Exactly, he's had to be in outstanding form throughout the tournament. I noticed his clearance there was long. We're finding that I think the pitch for these players is very, very bare, a bit bumpy. The grass looks green enough, but the ball's bumping along rather than rolling along at times, Martin, and that doesn't make for good passing.
Here's Betancourt, one of 3 Colombian players picked in that All-Star 11. Quintana another. Third, incidentally, the centre-back Bermudez, and the coach, Javier Alvarez, voted as the best strategist, if you like, from that group section, in which Colombia found themselves in some pretty difficult company, but came through with 3 victories out of 3.
Yeah, but the young, well, relatively young coach, 41-year-old Javier Alvarez, is new to international football, whereas his opposite number, Nelson Acosta, is very experienced. And you know, sometimes the experienced ones we see at the top level are the ones who eventually come out on top. So it'll be a big test for Alvarez and his young, sprightly Colombian side.
Palacios supporting again. Chile at least playing some football here in Colombian territory. Maybe working an early corner. Zamorano's challenge on Cordoba, though.
That was a careless challenge because he was going to get the corner kick, and look at the result, it's a free kick against him. So that's softly conceding possession there. A free kick is good for Colombia in that defensive area, which could easily have been a corner for Chile. So he must reproach himself for that.
The referee, incidentally, comes from Mexico, Armando Archundia. So he's still in the tournament, and so too is his country after that thrilling match against Peru in the first of the quarterfinals. The activities yesterday both going to penalties. Aros. But Chile beginning here with good determination. Needed the Bermudez to stretch to turn it away from Pedro Gonzalez. Aros with a throw. That's a deep ball by Aros. Only a couple in the centre for Chile. Zamorano, of course, there with him, the player who's been brought in rather surprisingly to what we thought in the journalistic sense the first choice Colombian team. Quartas in for Viveros. Told it's a tactical change, no injury involved.
It looks initially, Martin, as if Quartas is there possibly to pick up Zamorano man for man. But certainly when he goes into that right area, Quartas playing on the left side of the defence, it's very close to him. And that looks like a basic ploy.
There's some good morale boosting early possession for Chile here. Who've had to deal with some heavy criticism from their own media. Claims for a handball against Quintana. And the decision is given.
Look at that ball bouncing so very high. The ground is hard. There's grass on it. It's hard. It looks a bit bumpy, as I said, and certainly when the ball bounces, it goes very, very high, much more so than normal, in my opinion.
So what can Chile make of this free kick? Well, there was plenty of movement. With Acuna, the number 8 part of that.
Acuna was a man designated to make the front post on. He did so very well, but didn't get enough turn on the header. He just hit it back where it come from rather than get a flick on it. But good free kick.
Here we have two nations bidding for a place in the semi-final who've never been champions of South America. Finals. They took part in the very first match under the umbrella of a South American Championship back in 1916. So they've been around a long time, always playing their part. But they're being troubled here by a great goal from Colombia and Bolaño. Well, Chile made the early running, were starting to control proceedings in midfield, but this new Colombian team, with greater thrust to its football, has lived up to that billing with a rare early attack, and Bolaño slammed it into the roof of the net.
An excellent goal from Bolaño with a distinctive haircut. I'm sure he'll be really proud of that. He was given a lot of space. The ball was played into him, as we see. They backed off him. He created the space himself, darted into the box, and finished brilliantly with his right foot. That's great play. He opened up the angle and then drove it high into the net. It bounced high for him, but he just got it absolutely perfectly with his instep, and a brilliant goal. Questionable defending from Chile. They should have closed them down much more quickly. They allowed him into the box, and then it's very, very difficult to tackle a man running with a ball at speed.
So the Colombians in the crowd absolutely delighted. It's a lead that's being threatened here. Aros and Gonzalez. Here's Pedro Gonzalez. Sierra, another of the left-footed players in the Chilean lineup. Colombia trying to close him down. Palacios. Well, Craig, it's Colombia's 7th goal of the tournament, and they've come from 7 different players. That would be a delight to an international coach.
That is a delight, especially when you think that you might be depending on your strikers. That is marvellous to get goals from different departments, and they've done it exceptionally well. I must admit, against the run of play, in my opinion, I felt that Chile settled the better side, but Colombia on the break are very, very dangerous. That was a Reaper-like break, and a fine goal, brilliant goal from Bolano.
Colombia. Bonilla, a chance for Hamilton Ricard to make a nuisance of himself around the goalkeeper on the cross. It's a pretty difficult time in the country of Colombia at the moment. There's a dusk-to-dawn curfew because of nationwide Marxist rebel offensives. There's a black flag in the stadium in memory of those who've lost their lives in this very difficult civil strife. In a country that's hoping to stage the next Copa América finals in 2 years' time. Here's Rosales with the corner.
Well, the orthodox corner was easily handled there. I felt that the corner was softly conceded by Marcelo Ramirez in goal. The 34-year-old goalkeeper, a little, I felt, lacking in agility, and he went with the wrong hand and conceded a corner. And we've got a second one, which is danger for Chile.
Rosales again. Scoring first in a Copa America quarter-final in this tournament has been something of a poison chalice. Peru indeed raced into a 2-goal lead and went out. Paraguay, as expected, rather like Colombia here, got a reasonably early goal in their tussle with Uruguay, and that turned out to be not enough.
I think in spite of that, Martin, they would settle for an early goal. Most teams would, and take their luck from there on. We always say, you know, that it takes 2 to win once you score, so they've got a nice cushion, and the way Colombia are capable of going in the break, I think they're capable of getting more and more goals.
Be a free kick against them, though. Chile happy just to play it short. Este. Rosales, only he and Hamilton Ricard have started all 4 games for Colombia. Chile have been a bit more consistent in their selection, although they've had to deal with those red cards for Vargas, who's back today, and Salas, who controversially is not. He got a 2-game ban when the other red cards in the tournament, and have been plenty of them, have been punished by 1-game suspension. Just the way he spoke to the referee. The authorities didn't like. Well, it's sat up for Ricard to try the first-time shot. He got his Copa America going with the goal that turned out to be the winner in Colombia's last match against Ecuador.
Yes, but he should have held that ball up. He played it across the face of the goal far too quickly. There was no support forthcoming, and he should have retained possession to await colleagues getting into the box.
Colombia just a little slow to react as the ball rolled towards the Sierra, who's got that wonderful left foot and has a fine goal to his name in this competition already. Well, the stadium by no means full, but as you can hear, there is a rare old atmosphere being engendered by the rhythmic drummers and the passionate support for those who favour either Colombia or Chile, and have had the wherewithal, and it is difficult in South America for the travelling fans to come any great distance in any great numbers. Here's Quartas, making a bit of luck for himself and prepared to show some attacking ambition. His Christian names are Roberto Carlos.
I was just going to say, it looks like Roberto Carlos, and he's very left-footed. similar to Roberto, so much so he had to change feet there. He had the opportunity to cross that ball with his right foot, but had to beat his opponent again and get it onto the left side, and made a disappointing attempt at the final cross.
Pelleggi Lozano. Colombia emboldened by the goal. Sierra for Chile. Now Alex working the left-hand side. And Betancourt, like Polanyo, is on the small side, but very mobile with a good technique. Palacios. Here's Acuna. Este. Sierra always wanted to get it onto his left foot. Colombia recognizing that. Este getting it wide. Palacios trying to press on. And then well, they had three back dealing with two, and Vargas, who is playing, Margas is not. Aros. Just over 15 minutes gone. Chile have begun pretty well, but they're a goal down. Zamorano's pass trying to change that. Great elasticity of movement by Lozano again.
Yeah, Zamorano tried a neat reverse pass there, and unlucky for him, and for Chile it was intercepted very, very well. But you know, he's a dangerous player, and they looked capable again. He's got, I think, an average of a goal a game at least in international football, which is exceptional.
His sidekick Salas, that it's a real hardship, you feel, for Chile.
Absolutely.
Big ask for Gonzalez, who took that penalty against Brazil, a chance to make it 1-1 in the group match that was eventually cut short by Fogg. The result allowed to stand, but Didar in Brazil's goal made a terrific penalty stop from Gonzalez. Here's Javier Alvarez, the new guru of Colombian football, a former chemical engineer who seems to have discovered a winning formula in international football. Well, whether by design, but Colombia are giving a lot of space away, and have they given an equaliser away? And what a chance for Zamorano. They had the right man in the right place, it seemed, Chile. But so too did Colombia, and their goalkeeper, Calero, guessed the right way and kept it out.
Yes, if any player was to be in that position to finish, you would have asked for Zamorano with his expertise in front of goal. He was the man to finish it. He did everything correctly, but perhaps a little soft to the side-footed ball. He tried to pass it into the net, but well anticipated by Calero, who saved, and that could have been an equaliser quite easily. Great play down the right by Palacios to create the chance.
No offside given, and he saw Calero appealing for offside before he got down to the business of stopping the shot.
Yeah, that's good. He was agile enough to do both. But that's undoubtedly the best chance of the match. A better chance than the one that Polanyo scored from.
Well, I don't know whether it's by design or credit to Chile for forcing Colombia back. They're not quite imposing themselves on the match, the side that are leading, who have played so well, particularly in the opening stages against Uruguay, and having survived the first of Palermo's hat-trick of penalty misses early in the game against Argentina. They took the lead inside 10 minutes and played with a rare verve. But it's Chile who are causing more consternation here. The goalkeeper's grateful that the overhead kick by Zamorano again was going wide, but the defenders were panicking enough to take a touch. It is a corner. More Chile pressure.
That was brilliant play by Zamorano. Very unfortunate he didn't time it absolutely correctly, but they were all at sea in defence, the Colombians. He got his overhead kick, but it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough on it, and it went past, as we see.
Unconvincing defending on the corner as well.
I think we've got to say unconvincing defending by both sides, Martin. I didn't think the defending was at all good when Colombia scored, and pressure put on either of the defences, I think, could create goals.
Esther. Well, the football is bright as the weather here. Because when teams aren't defending well, it's usually the spectators that benefit. Lozano in chances at both ends. History does favour Chile. Colombia have only ever beaten them once before in the Copa America, compared to 5 Chilean victories. They like to get him on the ball a bit more often.
Yeah, he's showing himself for it often, and they don't always play him in, but they did on that occasion. A disappointing final ball. That's been a feature, unfortunately, of both sides. The creative play in midfield's okay, but once they get into a forward position, the final ball has been disappointing. It looked as though the riot police outnumbered the fans there, Martin.
Might be just as well. If the rivalry on the terraces gets any more intense. Uruguay await today's winners in the semi-final. Here's Bolaño, the scorer of the only goal so far. It's Chile's free kick. Lost to Mexico in their first match. They hardly set the place on fire with a 3-0 win over Venezuela in their second. They competed well against Brazil.
And for an extra day's rest, although they had to travel, they had a day longer to prepare for this game. And I think that's just as well, because I count they've got 4 players in the outfield over 30 and the goalkeeper over 30, so they need the extra day's rest, I think.
But to balance that up, Craig, of course, Colombia put out a very different side in their last game. There's only a couple who started that, who were involved from the outset here, so that's a clever thinking by Javier Alvarez. Of course, those 2 wins bought him the time to do that in game 3, which was also won by the Shadow squad.
Yeah, that's the benefit. If you win your first 2 games, you can fiddle a bit with your team. For the last one, you can use your squad to best advantage, and they've done that.
And there's plenty of space here for Quintana and for Betancourt. Chile trying to block out Bonilla. So he's looking to turn and twist, heavily outnumbered in the end. Well, we're halfway through the first half, and there's plenty in this game. Este. Down the first time, probably would have got the free kick, but Chile still had the ball. The second time the referee said was a dive. Been held off by Bolaño, and Zamorano, who's had a booking in the group games for dissent. He's not too happy here, and he's not the only Chile player, but Bolaño, who I think would be the lighter man, the shorter man, but he showed bags of determination against Zamorano.
What we've got to do is give a lot of credit to a striker who's prepared to fight back when he loses possession, and Zamorano's a striker of that calibre. He wasn't just going to allow Bolano to clear that ball comfortably, he was fighting for it, and I think every coach would like to see his striker doing that.
Well, one more quarter-final after this, and what a quarter-final matchup. This is intriguing and getting publicity for this tournament all around the world, that Brazil are going to play Argentina. I'm sure you'll stay with us for that one.
And I'm sure there'll be a bigger attendance for that one.
They'll be played in Ciudad del Este. That's the double header today that there was yesterday in the same ground. That was changed because of a late alteration in the schedule. But they got two for the price of one as Asuncion, although it ended in tears for the Paraguayan fans. Chile have a corner here. Well, the goal was in the offing, and we talked about bad marking. And look at that, the amount of space that Reyes had to guide the ball down, and it bounced in. It's 1-1.
An excellent header, Martin, but it's woeful marking. It was an orthodox corner, easy to defend. You don't even need to jump and try and win the ball, you just need to challenge. But Reyes gets a clear header, and he bounces it downwards, which is the correct thing to do, and up into the roof of the net. There it is. The marking is non-existent. He walks in there, doesn't even have to run, walks in, down header, and it bounces tantalisingly into the roof of the net. Excellent goal, but woeful defending. Very, very disappointing from the Colombian point of view. Good left foot delivery, nicely flighted ball, and totally and completely unmarked, and I would say unsavable. Excellent header.
Well, in the Chilean newspapers, when they were trying to mount a case for Chile's chances here, in one cutting that I saw, it said we might win the ball in the air in the Colombian penalty area, and Reyes was one name that was mentioned. Just wonder whether Hamilton Ricard had the responsibility for him then. He was a bit flat-footed.
He allowed him to run right across in front of him, and Reyes does that regularly in France for Auxerre, and it should have been known. I'm sure it was known, but you can't account for a human mistake. And I think the marker, you correctly stated, was Hamilton Ricard. He didn't move at all, and it was a clear header, a free header.
Well, it's a lively encounter, as indeed you would expect from a quarter-final in a major international tournament, and it's also in keeping with the general theme of goal-getting that we've had here in Paraguay. So can Paraguay, with a free kick by Bermudez, regain the lead? Not like that.
No, he usually does much better from the set-piece situation. He's got a very deadly reputation, but that was pretty poorly flighted, and no danger whatsoever for Ramirez.
Well, this is the 21st game of this tournament. The previous 20 produced 56 goals. Very healthy ratio of 2.8 per match. We already had two in the first half an hour here. I would say fair reward for Chile for the way they've begun the game.
Yes, I would say so. I think they were unlucky to be a goal behind. They've stuck to their game plan manfully. That's keep possession, pass the ball. They've been impressive in that regard, and they got their just reward when they got an equaliser.
This is Grisales. Ricard. Well, the Colombian players, the passer and the man who was expecting to receive the pass appeal for handball, but the referee didn't see that from his angle. It's good work Quintana, who wasn't prepared just to lie on the ground and hope for a free kick. I don't think he would have got it. He made sure he kept the ball in play, at least so that Colombia could win the subsequent throw, which he takes himself with great length.
Good long throw, but no one prepared to challenge for it. Quite amazing.
And a challenge by Ricard then, Bonilla. Well, if that was a deliberate pass by Marcelo Ramirez, all credit to him and the man who received it, Palacios. And it's set to Chile going forward again. Oh, that's too long for Zamorano.
Palacios down the right side is the regular route out for Chile from the back, and I think it was a deliberate pass, but it was with his right foot. He's a left-footed goalkeeper, so he was very lucky to get there with such precision to Palacios. But I noticed that any time they get out, Chile, they try to find the wide players in midfield, Palacios in particular, and Aros on the other side.
Well, this has been, I think without any doubt, the best half an hour that Chile have had in the tournament. Was blemished by conceding the goal to Bolaño. Their extra purpose has brought an equaliser from a corner routine. Now they've got to set up their defensive station as Freddy Grisales has a look at the free kick options here. Oh, what a shot it was too! And that's why Marcelo Ramirez has been pointed out as the most eye-catching goalkeeper in the group games.
Wonderful shot, superb save, spectacular stuff. That was magnificent. That was world-class goalkeeping. Great shot. I noticed Bermúdez had been taken off the free kick, and the save had been made for that one.
Grisales now takes the corner. Bermúdez challenging for it. Goalkeeper starting to come. Ball's gone out of play. And it's another corner on this near side for Colombia. I want Ricard in the centre, not taking the corner.
And I think that's where he wants to be. Off he trots, looking for good delivery, and he's a dangerous man if he gets the ball delivered properly into the box.
Grisales taking on both sides. Goalkeeper urges his teammates to push out. Throw from Grisales. Ball was going to run out of play. This was the other view from the other side of that wonderful free kick and save.
Yeah, that's what the fans come to see. Good shots and excellent saves. The more of that, the better, and that'll please the spectators. But we've had far too few shots on goal. I think 2 from Colombia and maybe 1 shot well saved by Calero.
Quintana. Taking a risk, turning back into what looked like trouble, but not to him. Nicely taken by Gonzalez. Here's Zamorano.
Had to check back, no support up front. Zamorano came off, showed himself very well for the pass, but there was no support. He was holding it up and was well tackled.
Aros. Acuna. It's a fine ball. Looked as though Pedro Gonzalez was losing his balance and wasn't expecting the pass when it came to him, but he managed to improvise there and still get his shot in, which might have taken a deflection off Cortés as well, but Calero kept it out.
Good goalkeeping, yes, the reverse pass was excellent. I felt the pass that was on was Zamorano, but he passed it to Gonzalez, who did well to get the shot in. Bit unlucky not to score. Excellent play from Chile.
From Nelson Acosta, Craig Brown describing him as a a foxy, experienced international coach. A lot of talk about the defensive strengths of Chile, and here they've come to take on Colombia, and they're doing that and making opportunities and making it a busy first half for Calero.
Yeah, no question of offside there. He looked to be on when it was played. Played on by Bermúdez. Turns quickly and gets a great left foot shot. You can see why he had 23 goals in the Chilean league last season, leading scorer. Quick fire striker, Gonzalez. Excellent play. And that's 2 in a minute that he's had, and you know a goal's going to come if they keep giving him the supply.
He is the stand-in for Salas. He's getting into the shooting positions, but suddenly Chile lose the ball, and they've lost another goal. Well, Calero's played his part at one end, and instant Bonilla. It's 2-1, and Colombia, well, you have to say they're taking their chances. They've been on the back foot, but some rather suicidal play in their defensive third from Chile.
Yeah, and no one at the back three all at sea again to allow Bonilla in, who finished it exceptionally well. That was cool, very comfortable finishing. There he goes, back three all at sea. Goalkeeper stranded, came off his line as he had to do, but the final touch by Bonilla sneaked in at the post there. I think that was a misplaced pass, but it ended in the path of Bonilla, and he finished it off very well.
So Victor Bonilla becomes the first Colombian to score twice in this competition. He got the winner against Uruguay in the opening game, and he's come to the rescue here at a difficult time for his side. Still 10 minutes to go to half-time. So first Bolaño for Colombia, and Reyes heading the equaliser for Chile. And Bonilla, a very prolific goal scorer with his Colombian club, Deportivo Cali. It's earned him a move to Real Sociedad in Spain. Flag up here.
Got to say, 2 similar goals for Colombia. Goals where the attacking players going through and defenders found it easy to go straight through the heart of that defence. So that must be alarming for Nelson Acosta to see that players from midfield can just burst through his defence and they're standing watching. I mean, it was really statuesque stuff from that defence of Chile.
And statuesque in such deep positions as well.
Exactly.
Well, it's all the fun of the fair here in Luque, the home of the South American Football Federation, which has celebrated the organisation, that is, at 83rd year of existence a couple of days ago. And this tournament, although it's brought sadness to the nation that's staging it, with Paraguay's departure yet again in the quarter-finals, that really has been the story for them in the 1990s. Those that remain are putting on quite a show.
Yeah, that's an uncommon sight, the boot off, but he's got it off to get treatment to damaged foot, it would appear. And as usual nowadays, off you go to get treatment, and that usually hastens the return.
So Colombia have a free kick. Gonzalez, encouraged by his earlier effort, this time goes for the cross. Lozano, just selling Betancourt a bit short. And here's Este. Post, but the whistle had gone. It was Gonzalez causing the problem again.
Great ball from Acuna. The timing on that ball was excellent. I wonder why, Martin. What was the problem? Because he did exceptionally well. Brave, powerful striker, getting his shot in under great pressure.
The problem was the flag was up. And that was a debatable decision.
I think so.
Lozano.
See, the ball was delivered from some distance, and you suspect that sometimes the linesman sees it when it arrives in the area of the attacking player.
Is back on again, the number 13. Lozano. Chile still with their tails up, although they're a goal down. They'll be angry with the way this first half has shaped up in terms of two really costly pieces of poor defending. But generally, there's been so much more pep and purpose to their football. They've been criticised by their local media. Been something of a siege mentality in the Chilean camp. That does happen to international coaches from time to time.
It has been known, yes, I must admit that.
On the other hand, Javier Alvarez has been lapping up the compliments, and his team do lead, but it's not been the most encouraging performance from his players in this competition. If you can play badly and win, that is a sign of a very promising situation. But they haven't won as yet. Molano. Tidied up by Acuna. Here's Vargas. Well, those who have come here to Luque today, by no means a capacity crowd, but they've had a game full of attacking ideas. It hasn't always paid off. Some of the final balls have been not perhaps up to scratch. The attacking side of the match has been helped by some less than convincing defending. But so often at this stage of an international tournament, the matches are beset by tension, and teams are concerned about getting a platform built in that first half of a match. Maybe not going to extra time is a positive factor. It's something that, of course, isn't in place in the World Cup or the finals of the European Championships. It's penalties if it's not sorted out in 90 minutes. And although both games went to penalties yesterday, it wasn't for the want of attacking attempts. The 3-3 thriller between Mexico and Peru, and certainly Uruguay were playing for the win, although they actually won the game after a 1-1 draw away to Paraguay. They weren't hanging on just to take the game to the shootout lottery.
Yes, and 3 goals in this game already augurs well for the remainder of it. I think we're going to get more goals. Defences must be culpable, because on every occasion there's been a goal. I felt that defending has been poor, so if the defence is tighten up at half-time, we might not get goals, but I think that the portents are good for more goals and good action in the second period. It's a very deliberate build-up by Colombia, and I'm sure they need to get a little more pace and variation in their pace just when they get to the front club.
Here's Zamorano for Chile. Colombia win it back, and it's Lozano's ball forward, and amazingly Chile have defended far up the pitch.
Yes, they have. They've squeezed up there, a bit fortunate. It's a risky game, particularly against the pace of Ricardo and Vanilla. But they've certainly closed the game, there's no question of that.
Look at the room here. And it's led to a foul on the player who will revel in that sort of space, Jose Luis Sierra. Belatedly, Lozano got to him, but shoved him to the ground.
Yeah, we saw Sierra playing in the World Cup in France. He played in all the matches. I don't think he finished them all, but I don't think he finished anyone, but he was there, and I thought he looked good. And
he did score a free kick,
yes,
against Cameroon.
So here we are.
And two other candidates as well. Este, Zamorano, close to the ball, maybe involved in the setup. What can Chile come up with here? A chance to get it back to 2-2 before half-time.
It wasn't an original free kick, but one thing is certain, it was brilliantly blocked by Colombia. The man charging the ball did his job superbly.
Este, and again, the room that he was allowed to set the sights. And Calero is entitled to go into the dressing room at half-time and say, hang on a minute, what's going on with the defending?
Correct, they're backing off too often, and they allowed Este in for a fine shot. There wasn't much in that, just a yard more central, and I think we would have had a difficulty for a goalkeeper. He arrived slightly late, I felt.
Quartas. As we go into stoppage time before half-time, the third quarter-final in the 1999 South American Championship. It's been known as the Copa América since the 70s. It's been going as a tournament since 1916. And this half has one more minute to go. Colombia trying to use what time is left to their advantage.
Yes, if they can keep the ball down here, that's ideal for them. But they conceded the free kick, allowing Chile out. But Chile were hemmed in for a minute or two there, but they've now got out down this left side.
Very poor closing down in midfield by Colombia. And the referee had a good look at that and decided that there might have been some backing in by Gonzalez.
I think it was a good decision in common with all these others this half.
Well, he brings the half to an end, the official from Mexico, and it's produced 3 goals. Colombia, strangely, have not been firing on all cylinders, although they've scored twice, early through Bolaño, and after Reyes had headed a straightforward equaliser. Bad marking by Colombia at a corner, rather reflecting. In the first half, you might recall, also had to go off for a period of treatment, so whether it's tactical or whether it's an injury, I'm not quite sure.
Designed to upset the commentators, because we have 2 Ramirez in the Chilean side, and now we've got 1 playing for Colombia.
Ramirez, the number 6 for the Colombians, is Juan Carlos Ramirez from the Junior Barranquilla club. There's a bang in the back for Betancourt.
Well, that was a hefty one from behind, and I'm sure he's at least winded, maybe even more than winded, because that was a strong challenge. All credit to him for getting up so promptly, I feel, after that challenge.
He missed a couple of years of potential international football because of a sending off in a Pan American tournament, which is not of senior international status, but the punishments are still used by the South American Federation. So he's got some lost time to make up for, and he's certainly shown that incentive in this competition. Waiting for the ball here, Ale Betancourt.
I think at age 24 to lose 2 years out of your career is quite a chunk, and hopefully he'll have an uninterrupted remainder to his career.
Well, Chile settled the quicker of the 2 teams in the first half. There is a gusty wind here in Luque. At times it's made the play look a little bit laboured, and Craig Brown was saying to me at half-time, at times Colombia have dropped almost to Valderrama pace.
I felt so, Martin. I thought that Valderrama was such an influence for many years in the Colombian style of play, and you correctly said at the beginning that they've changed since he's retired from international football, but it was a Valderrama type performance I felt in the first half.
Gonzalez eased unfairly off the ball by Jorge Bermudez, the big man at the back, the captain of Colombia. Trying to impose himself on these early minutes of the second half. Certainly Chile had a greater share of possession in the first half, but Colombia took their chances. Grisales. Crossed by Quintana. And Bonilla coming in behind Vargas. Maybe surprised that the ball was allowed to travel that far.
Yes, he positioned himself perfectly for the cross in between the two defenders, but he was very, very unmarked and had a good clear header. Good positioning from the striker. Bonilla did well to get in there, but I think he'll be slightly disappointed he didn't get more forehead on that final header.
By his goal, Colombia still lead. Palacios being pressed. Uruguay, remember, await the winners in the semi-finals. They're a team that Colombia have already beaten in the group stage. Aros. Chile still very much in the picture here. Gonzalez. Kept in by Este. Down goes Palacios. You won't want to be giving away free kicks in this part of the pitch on a regular basis. It invites pressure. Sort of pressure that in the end did for Peru in the late stages of the first quarter-final yesterday. And there's a run around the back. Another ball into the far post. And Reyes, the big man. It's 2-2.
A great delivery. That was a wonderful ball, played in with the left foot, in swinging over the top of everyone, and Reyes timed his run to perfection. Again, very, very disappointingly unmarked from the Colombian point of view, but they should have learned, and they haven't learned their lesson in the first half. And up goes the big Auxerre defender. This is a brilliantly flighted ball. In he comes round the back, and a great down header. First-class equaliser there. Terrific play. Very poor defending, we've got to say, yet again.
Well, it was unmarked from a corner, and now at the far post, coming deep on proceedings, and what a return to the team for Reyes. And the whistle has gone to stop Chile getting in with a chance of going in front for the first time. Pedro Reyes, who played impressively in the World Cup finals in France to get a move to France, to Auxerre. And Nelson Acosta, the Chilean coach, has rather stuck with his World Cup squad. It's not been the same for other countries here who were involved in France a year ago. He's got the bulk of the men who did the nation proud. Reyes was one of those, and my goodness, he's doing Chile proud here in testing circumstances. And here's Gonzalez, and Chile really with their tails up now. And they've reached the tally of 60 goals for the tournament. This is game 21. Este. Craig Brown quite correctly said just before half-time that he didn't think we'd seen the end of the scoring.
But I didn't think it would be a defender coming up again. I thought that we may get a goal from one of the very bright attacking players. We've got 4 good strikers in view, and I would like to think that we might get some goals from them still. But only of the strikers, I think only Bonilla has scored.
There he is. Well, that surely should have been a free kick to Colombia. Referee trying to keep the flow to the game. All credit to him for that. Certainly not been brandishing yellow cards hither and thither. The team in yellow shirts have been twice in front. And twice have lost that lead. Can they edge ahead again? Quintana. To Ricard. We're still in the early minutes of this second half as Lozano sets off on a forward run. And Quintana has done well until it came to the cross. And two of his teammates shoot angry glances at him.
I think in fairness, I've said in parts of the pitch are quite bumpy and others are very smooth, and I think he was unfortunate there. That ball bobbled for him because it was an uncharacteristic attempt to cross the ball, and I'm sure he can do much better on the normal surface.
Lozano. Only a change of pace again. Here's Ricard also doing the same. His cross just too far behind Bonilla for him to react. But the ball has gone behind. Palacios is angry about that, the decision that's been given. Good response by Colombia, though.
Yeah, I don't know how Palacios can judge because his eyes were thoroughly fixed on that ball, and yet when he cleared it, he was complaining. And I think the referee, assisted by the assistant referee, I keep calling him linesman still, but decided that it was a corner.
Corner taken by Grisales. Bit of a shoving on the jump by Bermudez. This match really supposed to be the hors d'oeuvre with the main feast to come between Brazil and Argentina. But it's tasty here in Luque. A 2-2. And Cordoba just able to shepherd the ball back under pressure from Gonzalez. Nice sporting touch between the two players.
Yeah, this is a good appetizer, Martin, and if we get 4 goals inside an hour in the next game, everyone will be very happy.
Ricard. And he has to play it back. Ramirez. Quartas. He played it 1-2 off Palacios. It was a quick reaction. And Betancourt stole in there very craftily. Now Grisales. Ramos trying to buy Chile a bit of time. Sierra, though, came in rashly, and it's a free kick to Colombia.
Great ball across there from Betancourt. He got down to that left byline and whipped the ball over the top, but it was just too far, unfortunately, for Grisales.
Ramirez is there again. Grisales to take the free kick.
Good ball and well defended this time, but it was a tempting one, teasing the defence.
Moved back by Lozano. Really trying to force Colombia back. It's 2-2. Lozano, who is a rare survivor in this squad from the group of players that went to the World Cup finals in the USA 5 years ago now, and scored a goal in that tournament as well, as Colombia made their way out in the group stages. An exit that had, of course, tragic consequences, as many of you might recall. But Lozano is still around, and he's trying to be a major figure using his experience at a difficult period in the match for Colombia.
Yeah, Lozano at age 27 is one of the more experienced Colombian players, which is a testimony to the fact that Javier Alvarez is a young chap himself, and he's throwing young players in, and they're doing exceptionally well for him. But they're depending on guys like Lozano and Bonilla and Bermudez, the older ones, to look after them, and they're doing that very well.
Well, the group matches, they're really jockeying for position and just making sure of qualification, but this is when the tournament really hots up, and Chile certainly have been pretty mediocre until this stage, and now with a chance, you win a match, you go through to the semi-finals. They've come out here with a much better mentality, and it's produced a much better performance.
Good shot from Este there, but it was rising all the time and well over, but it's worth a try, and hit it very well. We see again Palacios creating down the right side, giving us width, and in the middle four, Aros on the left, but the player that they're failing to get contact with often enough is Sierra, sitting off the front two. So they've got the 3-4-1-2 formation, but Sierra, unfortunately, isn't getting enough of the ball.
That's been Nelson Acosta's preferred strategy. And he's keeping faith with it here. Gonzalez, Palacios. Now Aros on that left-hand side. Remember, neither of these nations had ever won the Copa America. Colombia were runners-up in 1975. Peru beat them in the final. 4 years ago they reached the semi-finals, but lost to Uruguay and eventually finished third. Bermudez and Lozano remain from that team, plus the colourful René Higuita, who's the backup goalkeeper at the moment. Acuna losing possession, and it's given some space to Betancourt. Well, there was only really one target for Hamilton Ricard to try and pick out in the penalty area. Bonilla, his strike partner, he did that. Bonilla with his back to the goal, to sense what support was coming.
And the Chile defenders got back very quickly. That was a good chance of a quick counter-attack there, but all credit to the Chilean players who came back in numbers, and by the time the ball got to Bonilla, he was well marshalled, in fact surrounded.
This is Palacios. Chile came through by finishing third in Group B against the winners of Group C, the so-called Group of Death. There's nothing between them on the scoreline, and they're really in the shape of the game, with Colombia still looking dangerous, and now the referee has decided that although he's tried to keep the match within the spirit of the occasion, that the challenge by Acuna was worthy of a yellow card.
It was indeed. It was a hefty challenge. Acuna, no need for it, and very often that's the case, but he went in heavily. He doesn't seem to be too perturbed about it, but another yellow and he could be out if we get through to the semi-final.
Out of this game is Hamilton Ricard. He's been replaced by Edwin Congo, who scored the second goal against Argentina with that close-range flick in the match that I'm sure you've seen plenty of. The major incidents have been shown over and over again. It's a leggy run from Lozano. Edwin Congo, who plays for Real Madrid and has been called in the Spanish press the new Hugo Sanchez at that club. Quite a tough billing to live up to. Zamorano. Well, the ball sat up to be hit, and another yellow card. Cordoba.
That was a good decision because Cordova did leave his leg in, I felt. The leg was in late, and the heel, in fact, which is very, very sore if you get that down your shin. Even the shin guards there, I feel that the referee was justified in giving the yellow card.
So it's another free kick and another chance either to go the direct route, and this angle suits the left footer Sierra. Reyes could possibly come up with a headed hat-trick in the Copa America. Sierra, one of those half-and-half balls that could find its way directly into the net, could get a touch with friend or foe to deceive the goalkeeper.
It's an annoying ball in from the attacker's point of view when it's stopped by the first defender there.
Sierra perhaps annoyed because he's pumped up to play another ball in. It's on the short side, unfortunately for him. Grisales. Touched by Bonilla, his new strike partner with the departure of Ricardo's Conga.
Yes, Conga's gone right in, Martin, to replace Ricardo up front at the pier.
There's a bit of a hand-off by Palacios. Cortez. Room for Grisales. That's Bonilla still. Well, the first block did just enough. Although Bonilla kept chasing, the angle was getting wider. It was Reyes who made it more difficult for the Colombian striker.
Good credit to Bonilla. He kept his balance after the first tackle. He stayed on his feet and was first to the ball, but good goalkeeping to narrow the angle, and they had little target left after the first tackle. But he did exceptionally well, and a nice flick with the outside of the foot. Could have found the net, but he was too close to the byline.
Well, Chile, can they get in front for the first time here? It's a wonderful opportunity. They lead by 3 goals to 2. Ivan Zamorano with a real captain's contribution. 19 minutes into the second half. He left Colombia trailing in his wake.
That was a wonderful piece of finishing. A half chance, a counter-attack. He went brilliantly forward, took his time and placed the ball expertly past the despairing Calero. Excellent finishing by Zamorano, who has the reputation for goal scoring at international level. Well done indeed.
Well, the big stage so often brings the best out of the big names. Zamorano has not performed up to expectations in the group matches, and he's been somewhat let down by his teammates in the general pattern of Chile performances up until today. But they have played well enough over the 65 minutes that we've had to say that they deserve to be in front, although they've had to wait a long time for it, having been 1-0 down and 2-1 down.
And that was great play, 1 against 1 on the goalkeeper. Terrific, with Cortez breathing down his neck as well. Zamorano did brilliantly there. That was absolutely sensational. Difficult situation to go past the goalkeeper at pace. He did so in expert fashion.
Craig, we often talk about teams or countries that are tournament tough. Maybe don't go into a competition with all guns blazing early on, but work their way into what's required and have something left when it's required. When the knockout phases come, well, you could say that about Chile.
Yes, I would suspect that's the case.
Going to be another booking here for Betancourt. And it's all going wrong for Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia look to have less determination, less appetite now, and Chile seem to have this winning streak, this winning pedigree. They're desperate to go on and succeed here, and you can see the added determination that they've had, and I felt it's been there right from the start of the match.
So many of these players have been to the World Cup. They've clearly benefited from that. They got Chile into the knockout phase. They had a major challenge in that respect when they were paired with Brazil. They had a lot of suspensions to cope with in that game in Parc des Princes, and did, despite that 4-1 final scoreline, play with a lot of nobility, if you like.
They did not badly not so long ago against their team at Wembley. I can't remember the name of it. Offside was given and correctly given. I was just saying they did well at Wembley, Martin.
They did very well at Wembley, yes.
So they have a bit of pedigree, and 14 of the 22 players were in France for the World Cup, and you can see the understanding that they've got.
In only one goal in their 3 group games, and here they are, 3-2 down. Still a quarter of this match left. Bonilla.
As we see it, the build-up still slow, studied, painstaking. There isn't the electric burst that we sometimes got from Asprilla and Freddie Rincon. Its pace is very slow and deliberate. They keep possession nicely. You see it's neat passing, but we need the surge. We need the explosive surge into the penalty box. It's not performing tonight.
I wonder whether the 16-year-old who's caused such excitement here, Johnny Montano, who certainly does have a change of pace and a really ambitious outlook, whether they will look to him. The risk as Colombia press on. Well, they were caught by a ball that Zamorano chased as he knifed into the heart of their defending, and now they're in big trouble.
Yeah, again Zamorano did very well there. That was excellent.
Pizarro, one of the Chilean youngsters, has come on. Gonzalez is replaced by Neda Morantes, who's a similar player to Betancourt. Morantes scored in the one game in which he's played against Ecuador. And he provided the key to a comeback. Aros. Will it be a case of the team who scored first and will go out in the quarter-final as it was yesterday with Peru and with Paraguay? Palacios, no nonsense stuff from him. Still 20 minutes left. Congo trying to attack for Colombia. The ball was certainly played, and the challenge, despite the Colombian whistles to get the referee to do the same. Vargas was the defender who had to make sure he timed that tackle, and time it he did.
Yes, it was a wonderful tackle. Took a risk tackling almost from behind there, but got the ball cleanly, didn't impede the striker. Wonderful saving tackle.
In the place of Javier Alvarez here, and is there anything that you could see that could be changed to improve Colombia's lot?
Well, not knowing too much about the players on the bench, I would think that with the ones we have here, we must get the ball forward far more quickly. We've seen strikers there waiting in vain. Bonilla looks capable. They knew when Edwin Congo on, and they're not going to do anything unless they get early supply of the ball. That's the wonderful tackle and outstanding timing of that, and that was a saving one. But they need to close the game up as well. They're still keeping a long open pitch there. They want to get closed up, show a bit more urgency if they've got to get an equaliser here.
Breaks going Chile's way as well as that deflected to Zamorano.
He does that so well, getting in front of the defender. The defender thinks he's got time to clear, but Zamorano is a real test. He's a real carrier there. He's getting in, he's blocking clearances, and it's quite obvious that they've been instructed no time in the ball for the back players of Colombia. They must be pressurised, and he's doing it brilliantly.
Tried to turn again, but couldn't take the ball with him. Steered wide by Zamoranos and got deeper to help support. Rossi didn't spot him, and here come Colombia at pace. This is the sort of speed with which they caught the eye in their group games. Quintana.
That's exactly it, Martin. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Pace down the side, get the ball in early, and Quintana did it very, very well, but the ball was played too far across and the chance was lost. But now we're talking from the Colombian point of view. We must get that urgency if they're going to have any chance of equalising.
Excellent choice though for midfield player David Pizarro, who's contracted now to Udinese in Italy. He's only 20 years old. He's been brought on at an important time in this game. He's looking to close down here. Oh, and the goalkeeper deceived by the shot from Lozano, but he kept it out, and that's all that matters at this stage.
Yeah, again, a lot more urgency. Good long-range shot there. Caused a bit of problem because it was bouncing right in front of the goalkeeper, and he did very well, Ramirez, just to get it clear. But had there been someone falling up, it could have been a real problem for Chile.
It's going to be a real fight to the finish here in Luque. Nelson Acosta, who's the only coach who's kept his job since the last Copa America. And there have been plenty of suggestions that he would be losing it after this tournament. Not if Chile could see it through into the semi-finals. And to that end, another goal would be a wonderful help. They've got a free kick here a long way out. Not so far out to temper the ambition. Just over 15 minutes left. Colombia in something of a quandary. That's Morantes who gets it back. Sleight of foot not working for him. The risk, of course, as Colombia chase. Look at Chile and pick them off on the break.
That's a real danger, because with Zamorano up front, anything can happen, and if they're too careless and go charging forward without locking the back door, that's what will happen.
Palacios with the header. Good drop, not quite for Este, and here's a chance to wrap it all up. And my goodness, the goalkeeper has kept Colombia in with a chance. Pedro Gonzalez had time to assess, to realise where he was, and he looked to power it past Calero.
Yes, if he just pulls that back, two strikers waiting, two red shirts, like three red shirts waiting to finish it off, but the temptation to shoot was too great, and Gonzalez, a prolific goal scorer, wanted to do it on his own.
Here's Bonilla. No, the flag is up against Congo.
And rightly so, Congo offside, but this is end-to-end stuff now. The game is really opened out. Yeah, Congo's offside. Had it come through a little earlier, he was okay, but he ran on and beyond the last defender, and there he was, only the goalkeeper between him and the goal, and offside.
Cordoba. Could we possibly get another 3-3, as happened yesterday? looking for that. They've got a corner. Again, Congo trying to get in the spaces between the defenders.
He's made a difference. I think he should, of course, coming on as a substitute, should be fresh, and he's certainly extending the defenders. The back three are now being pressurised into mistakes.
Well, Cordoba, I think, got the header, and Congo found the ball flying across, tantalisingly close.
Yeah, it needed someone following up more quickly. You've got to anticipate that your forward's going to get it if you're a supporting player. And they waited in the action there instead of anticipating that he would get it, in which case, still staying onside, you would have a chance to score, and young Edwin Congo could have done it.
Press on here, Colombia. I hope something drops for them. A direct route across from the far side. Quartas. Ramirez. Congo. Chile will want to mark as tightly as that the remainder of this game.
Este coming off.
One left-sided midfield player for another, although Nelson Acosta hasn't confirmed the substitution as yet. Cartes has to wait. Betancourt. Congo. Chile funneling back in numbers. Their strategy generally is based around that. It's been a lesson today, maybe a painful one for Javier Alvarez. His formula hasn't produced the dividends as yet, but there's still time. And they've carved out an opening here. Well, if they fail to get an equaliser, that moment will haunt Colombia. Congo ends up in the net, but the ball doesn't.
Great overlapping run with a superb cross, but hit the post. But Congo, you again feel might have been there in time.
In comes Quintana.
And you wonder about Congo not anticipating it again. That's twice I feel they might have done better, but the ball looked as though it was going in fairness, and they rather delayed.
My goodness, we're dealing with very fine margins here in Luque today.
Yeah, and great play by Quintana here, overlapping on the right-hand side. Coming from an onside position, there was perhaps doubt about the others, but there was no question of him being offside, and he did exceptionally well. I think goalkeeper Marcelo Ramirez has twisted himself trying to save that one, and he's in genuine pain.
Listen to the Chilean supporters who are in tremendous voice. The nation that took part in the first recognised match in the inaugural South American tournament back in 1916. They lost to Uruguay, whom they will now meet if they can just see it through here. They've been runners-up 4 times, most recently in 1987, when again Uruguay stood in their way. Nelson Tapia, who was the first choice goalkeeper for Chile in the World Cup finals in France, wondering whether he's going to be needed in the Copa America, having to play backup to this point to a goalkeeper who has performed plenty of heroics and deserved his #1 billing, Marcelo Ramirez.
It's not that bad, surely.
He'll be able to say in years to come, I was there.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the match. You take a chance if you've got an injury, your goalkeeper in a vital stage of the game, you're keeping him on, so they must be convinced of his fitness, because there will be no problem bringing on the replacement keeper.
8 minutes to go.
This man's terrific skill. He turns people, he lays it off, and yes, the layoff was well intended, but Pizarro was fouled.
Pizarro, for a young man, has a reputation as a very strong character. Maybe that's why he's been picked out to come into the game in these circumstances. Got plenty of ability as well. To take the free kick. Bermudez. But Gonzalez gets the better of it. Still Gonzalez for Chile. Half thinking about staying in the corner.
And you notice when they got a free kick there, they didn't bring the men up from the back. Even the two-goal man Reyes stayed. So they're really content, I think, with this one-goal lead, and they're just going to try to play out time, keep possession as they're doing. And having lost it, they will be perfect. Oh, I got it back again. This is very clumsy stuff. It's untidy at the moment.
Maybe a product of Colombian tension. All the pre-match publicity was favouring them for victory, just as it was for Paraguay yesterday, and they couldn't match the task ahead of them. Aros. He's prepared to come forward. Pizarro. He's got a trick or two in his repertoire and wanted to show them off here to an international audience. Zamorano. Oh, that's great play from him! And another opportunity for Gonzalez to sew it all up.
And another superb save, no question of that. Wonderful save from Calero there.
What a game. And Colombia are still in it. But they cannot find the touch in front of goal. Again, Congo found wanting, but Zamorano put it on a plate.
Yeah, just invited him to side-foot it into the net. It was the easiest of chances. We talk about Salas not being there, but Gonzalez and Zamorano are a very, very formidable front two.
Chile, 5 minutes or so away from a place in the semi-finals of Copa América '99. To expect the unexpected here in Paraguay. And Colombia, well playing by Ramirez, the goalkeeper, who was labouring a moment or two ago. Another great run by Quintana. He's a 20-year-old, as I said earlier, named in the All-Star 11 from the group matches, and he has been one of the few Colombian players who's played up to potential today. I wouldn't bet against him changing clubs in the near future to his financial betterment.
I agree with that. He's playing very much like Cafu for Brazil, timing his runs forward to perfection and getting good balls across. And he has been the shining light, I would say, in the Colombian team today.
It's interesting that Nelson Acosta has decided to take Gonzalez off the forward, replaced by Claudio Nunez, who had a moment of magic against Brazil when he earned the penalty, which Gonzalez then saw his shot very well saved by the Brazilian goalkeeper Dida. They delayed that substitution with a check on the condition of Marcelo Ramirez. Pizarro.
Yeah, Marcelo Ramirez confirmed his fitness when he made that great save just a couple of minutes ago. Any doubt about him being fully recovered from the injury he had would have cost a goal to Chile, I'm sure, but he was down smothering the shot very well, as if nothing had happened to him.
It's clumsy from Congo. It's used up more time that Colombia can ill afford to give away. Costa pointing to the corner and saying, get the ball in there and run down the clock.
That's where they want it, yes.
Pizarro, with the impetuosity of youth, believes there's a better way of solving these problems by making it 4-2, or helping make it 4-2.
He's done very well. I think that was worth a foul, but no free kick awarded. But his idea was to keep it in the corner, but no support came to help him to do an odd one tour in the corner there to keep possession. But you can see what's in the minds of the Chilean players now. Just make sure we don't concede anything stupid, get the ball into the corner flag if we can, and play out time.
But at this stage, yesterday, Peru lost a 3-2 lead and then lost the penalty shootout. That was wave after wave of Mexican pressure. That hasn't been the same from Colombia.
No, they seem very lacklustre, surprisingly so. Once or twice they've burst into action, particularly down the right side, but Quintana only has been a threat.
Looking to that vehicle again, Betancourt. Again, they're stopped in their tracks. Well, you think there might be a stigma finishing third in the group to qualify? But it hasn't been the case for Uruguay, and it looks as though it's not going to be the case for Chile. And one of those two third-place nations, if it stays like this, will be in the final.
Again,
Miguel Ramirez gets a yellow card for time wasting.
Foolishly conceded the yellow. You build up yellows doing that. That's crazy, because he could have put the ball into the corner without wasting anything like that amount of time. And again, I just feel that Zamorano there was quite happy to play it into the crowd. But we've got the multiple ball system, and he's probably forgotten that because the goal kick was taken very quickly.
With two M Ramirez's in the Chile side, they're known as G and P, so don't get confused if you think we're giving their wrong first names. But there's been very little wrong with Chile here, certainly compared to the way they performed in their group matches. Maybe they're pacing their approach leading up to a grand finale here in Paraguay, where now within stoppage time of reaching the semi-finals, but Colombia might still carve out one last chance. Only if they can win the ball in this part of the pitch, and Zamorano says, you're not going to get it from me.
And he's a team coach's dream, Zamorano, the amount of work he does when needed. When you're a goal up defending it, he's back in midfield fighting for everything. Excellent.
A direct fruit from Cordoba, and again Chile get their challenge in. Lozano, but he's lost out, and Chile have got three players forward here. Nunez slips away from Cortez. No last chance for Zamorano.
I think Martin Chile are going to peak at the right time. They're just gradually easing their way through this tournament, and they can go into the semi-final now with confidence. A consistent selection brings consistent performances, and there have been improving performances, I suggest. This is probably better than they've done in the group games so far. And
it's been good enough. A truly dramatic recovery by Chile, and it's taken them through to the semi-finals against Colombia, who had played so well in the group stage and won all their games. When Chile were labouring in theirs, they were 1-0 down, they were 2-1 down, but 2 goals from Reyes, and then the big man himself, Ivan Zamorano, got the winning goal, 3-2 to Chile.